The S, the P, the E, the R, the S, the H, the A, the R, the P, the S, the H, the O, the super, the chug, the chugs.
Yes, people, back in the building. It's higher level focus gaming, and I'm your host HLF. Welcome to my channel. I hope everybody's having a blessed day. Today I'm back with another Modern Warfare video. In today's episode, I'm going to drop 11 tips and tricks to help you kill more and die less in Modern Warfare, and get you to raise that kill death ratio consistently, as it seems on average when compared to past Call of Duty titles across the board, the kill death ratio in Modern Warfare is considerably lower. At this point, I'd like to send a shout out to my subscribers and urge anybody not already subscribed to the high level focus gaming experience to jump on board for the journey. Please don't be shy, and if you enjoy my content, hit that like button and feel free to comment, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell for notifications. Are you sick of dying over and over again? Do you want to play better than you have been? Do you want to kill your enemy consistently and call in your kill streaks? If so, this video will be right up your alley and turn you into that player everybody loves to hate, and that's the guy at the top of the leaderboards. So here we go with 11 tips to help you improve your kill death ratio in Modern Warfare. Now these tips, which I've used myself, have helped me a lot, and I hope in sharing that it will help some of you guys as much as it's benefited me. Alright, back to the matter at hand. Let's get into these 11 tips to help you improve at Modern Warfare and get you to be a better player, getting more kills, being able to earn yourself those kill streaks, getting you your first gun streak, and potentially earning your first nuke. My highest gun streak so far is 19, and trust me, sticking to these tips has got me there. And now that I mention it, I'd like to know your highest gun streak so far in Modern Warfare. Have you already earned your first nuke? Please let me know in the comments below. Now the first tip I'd like to start with is a simple one. I want to have to keep reminding myself of constantly, and that's not to abuse the new super sprint mechanic. The super sprint mechanic is new to Modern Warfare, increases a player's sprint time dramatically at the cost of a higher sprint out time. It's activated by double tapping the sprint button. This new mechanic, though fun to use, is the easiest way to die, as when using the super sprint, you are running super fast, and there is no way you're going to slow down enough to win a gunfight against an opponent who is already aiming down sight. Now this brings me straight into tip number 2, which is to always center your crosshairs and have it aimed in the general direction where you think an enemy will be. The crosshair being the white dot in the middle of the screen. Where it points on the screen will be the direction your bullets travel once your gun is fired. So having your crosshair centered where you think your enemy will be posted will almost guarantee that if they are where you think they are, you will be on target, and that you'll be the first to shoot, and most importantly, you'll be able to dominate that gunfight. This transitions into my third tip, which in a way is also related to the crosshair position, and this is to hip fire before aiming down sight. Especially if the crosshairs are already centered, hip firing before ADSing will guarantee that you'll get your bullets off first. And as we know, aiming down sight could take a few milliseconds, so using hip fire before aiming down sight, by the time you finally aim down sight, you will already be half dead, and not a lot of people aim down sight before shooting. So hip firing before aiming in these cases is going to give you those extra milliseconds you need to secure the kill. And with the fast time to kill in Modern Warfare, every millisecond counts. Tip number 4 is when rounding a corner heading into a choke point or trying to infiltrate a power point, to make sure that you're aiming down sight, as the likelihood you'll have someone aiming down sight posted on a head glitch, or a guy camping in the corner pre-aiming where he anticipates you to be, is off the charts. Being on target has never been so important. I'd say aiming to the chest and shoulder height would be optimal, as when hit with your enemy's bullets, this should flinch your shot to the head. And this time around, with the increased headshot multipliers, mixing in a couple body shots with headshots has never been so important. Tip number 5 would be to gradually increase your sensitivity. Modern Warfare is one of the most quick twitch shooters of the series. With the fast time to kill, missing a couple of shots can literally mean the difference between life and death. So slowly increase your sensitivity so that you can be more precise with your shots. And you will find you will gradually become more accurate. Generally, if you're missing your shots by overshooting your target, it means your sensitivity is too high. Stop at a point that is comfortable to you and you're not overshooting your target. Ideally, you want to be snapping right on. Tip number 6 will be to always take time. Pay attention to your positioning, pay attention to your compass, pay attention to your minimap, look where your teammates are and understand their position in relation to you. With this intel, you will be able to predict roughly whereabouts on the map the enemy should be. Move cautiously, try to avoid the center of the map, navigate the edges and outskirts while looking towards the middle. Take your time when moving through buildings, pre-aiming any head glitches you think an enemy could be behind. When running out in the open, try to stick to walls so that if fired upon you can quickly find cover, rather than running out fully in the open where you can be picked off easily. Tip number 7 is never be afraid to switch your class mid-game. If what you're running is not working for you, because with this Call of Duty, it's actually possible to edit your class and loadout mid-game. It's easy to forget this and not realize when you're getting killed constantly. For instance, you could be getting killed by a chopper gunner and the next life switch to cold-blooded. This will stop you getting targeted by the chopper gunner. And it's always good to be versatile. And with the versatility afforded by Modern Warfare this time, why not use it? Tip number 8 is to always flank your opponents as much as possible. It's probably the easiest way to kill. Though footsteps are allowed in this game, it's not easy for the enemy to hear you coming if they're engaged or distracted by a gunfight with your teammates. So always actively look for ways to get behind your opponents. Tip number 9 is to always remember your field upgrades. Field upgrades are a new addition to Modern Warfare loadouts. They can be used after a charge period to give you that extra edge on your enemies. There are 9 field upgrades, each one with something different that it brings to the table. So experiment with what's available and see what works with your playstyle. I'm currently running the ammunitions box and deployable cover. Every field upgrade has a different charge rate. Some of these upgrades are lethal, some defensive, and some have the support role. Don't be afraid to experiment. Tip number 10, always mix in headshots to get quicker kills. As in Modern Warfare, headshots really do matter this time, as the damage multipliers for the headshots have gone up, so shooting to the head will make killing your enemy that much faster and more efficient. Tip number 11 is the final one, and I think probably the most important. Don't run back and try and get revenge against a person that has killed you. I'm guilty of this and have to keep reminding myself not to run back, as I'm usually annoyed I got killed and I end up running back constantly with tunnel vision, trying to get my revenge, and end up getting killed by someone who is not even involved in the gunfight because I'm so fixated on getting my own back. And the chances are, if the person you killed is prepared, they'll be pre-aiming that corner, waiting for you to come back and get that easy kill. Trust me, there is nothing like an opponent that is pissed off with you, that keeps running back. I have earned all of my streaks off of these guys, so please don't be that guy. Now just to recap these tips. Number 1, do not super sprint everywhere. Number 2, always center your crosshairs. Number 3, hit fire before aiming down sight. Number 4, aim down sight at choke points and corners. Number 5, gradually increase your sensitivity till it's comfortable for you. Number 6, pay attention to your positioning, pay attention to your minimap and your compass. Number 7, don't be afraid to switch your class mid-game. Number 8, flank your opponents as much as possible. Number 9, remember to use your field upgrades. Number 10, mix in headshots for quicker kills. And number 11, never run back for revenge. So that will basically be it for today with my tips for this video. I do hope you'll find something useful amongst the tips that I've mentioned. And as I've said before, these are things that I've utilized to help me get better at the game. So if any of it could help anybody else, we're all winning. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video and I've kept you entertained. As always at this point, I'd like to mention I'm new to content creation. So if there's any tips, advice or suggestions, please feel free to let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell for future videos from Higher Level Focus Gaming. I stream daily on Twitch TV, scheduled to be announced shortly. Also, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram for updates and highlights. And if you made it this far into the video, remember, you are the real MVP. Until the next time, peace, love and blessings. This is HLF, signing out.